Welcome back to Jamie and Tarot and our journey through the Major Arcana. This week's card is the Tower card. It's card number 16. And the general meaning of this card is major change. You could see that the lightning bolt here is hitting the tower, and the people are following out obvious change in this card. It's also revelations, it's a breakthrough. And the lightning bolt here could also signify a spiritual awakening, which shakes up your foundation. And the figures here falling from the tower signify or could represent surrendering to the process. And the crown here represents a loss of control, a loss of power. That's the card. Let's see how this card shows up with other artists, other decks. The first one we're going to look at is the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. And the tower shows up like this. So we have the eye here, the eye looking down, and the lightning bolt hitting the tower, starting the flames and the smoke. Not necessarily people falling out, but definitely a shake up to the structure of how things are done, the foundation that you're used to or what you've built your life on is changing. Major change, sudden change, sudden. And then also on all of her cards, which is why I like to show you in case you're new at reading, it says destruction, enlightenment, release on the outside of the card. I'll bring that closer for you to see. So a very nice card, very straightforward. And let's see how that is represented in the Dark Mansion Tarot by Tarot Tech. And here's how the tower comes through. People falling. There's your people falling. The lightning bolt coming down. And the structure beginning to fall, beginning to crumble. Parts of the structure. Maybe it was never solid to begin with. And with the lightning strike, it forced it to tumble. Okay. Our next deck we're going to look at is my favorite, The Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. And here is how her tower shows up, which is why I like to look at these cards, because this one is so different. Not necessarily a tower in the background, definitely the lightning, but it's almost as if the card is being burned away. So to reveal something new. Also, this reminds me of like a forest when there's a forest fire. It will actually help the environment, because if it's allowed to simmer down and burn without creating too much destruction, because it makes the earth richer and provides new growth. And actually they also use that to, they will burn forests to prevent forest fires, that they have controlled burns. So that's what this reminds me of, like a controlled burn to reveal and to make your future healthier, richer, vibrant. And this little guy right there is falling out. And there's that card. And she's running for the hills. Try to save. But you can see here also there are cracks in the card. So whether she felt it was stable to begin with, she probably knew it wasn't necessarily as stable as she hoped it would be. So our next deck we're going to look at is The Mystical Moments by Katrin Wildstein. And here's how the tower shows up here. And not necessarily, I don't know if I necessarily see it's coming from the heavens, but definite destruction. And she looks to me like she's holding on to dear life to hold that tower together, where she needs to release and let it fall and then build new. That's a nice card. It's imploding from the inside up. Right there. She doesn't want to look up. She just wants to hold on to what she remembers. And our last deck we're going to look at today is the Deviant Moon by Patrick Valenza. And this is how his tower comes through. And this one's, what I like about this particular card is that instead of a lightning bolt, it almost looks like aliens are coming down, another force, something that's outside of your normal world that you live in, could be considered alien. And they're falling. He's already fallen. He's on the ground, but he's falling. And definitely for this particular one, a lot of the tower is actually intact. It's just the top part that came down. Shattered. And he's bracing himself from the debris falling on top of him. You think of the Tower card. I used to be really nervous with the Tower card coming through. Before I understood tarot better, it would make me think that all these bad things are going to happen, when really it's the rebirth of something new. It is the destruction of something, of what you perceived it to be, what your illusions were, which in this particular card with the shattered glass makes me think of shattering illusions that you have either put in place for your own protection or the protection of others, or maybe you didn't even notice that you were putting these illusions up in this false reality that you were living in. But with this card showing up, it's time. You're ready for the new changes that are going to happen, and everything good that will come from that. Let me know what you think of the Tower card, and let me know if you have any interesting decks or interesting interpretations that I may not have mentioned. I always love to hear different perspectives. I love to talk about tarot. So next week's card is the Star. We'll see you then.